This is my review of Dr. Stone, Chapter 127, Medusa and Perseus. And right off the bat, I just gotta say, I absolutely love this full colored panel they have. It's absolutely freaking breathtaking. Just they're all in space for some reason, flying towards a black hole or something. I think my favorite part of this gotta be that Yukio is still wielding a bow and arrow. He's in freaking outer space, and yeah. I'm trying to contemplate the physics of a bow and arrow in space, and I guess it would work. It would just, keep going forever. That actually sounds pretty cool. Now I want to fire a bow and arrow in space. New life goal! Alright, anyway, the chapter starts, and I had 1,000 different predictions about what was going to happen after the last one. None of them particularly good for anybody. But thankfully that's not the case because of Captain's intuition. Yeah, honestly, this feels really weird to me. Like, Ryu and Senku both are like, something feels off. There's like no logic or scientific reasoning behind it. They're just like, I have a feeling that we're going to be betrayed, that we aren't seeing something. It's just really seems to fly in the face of, all of the whole science. This is a science series, and like, my intuition tells me something's wrong. I'm like, that's not science. I'm sure you could argue that he's just, subconsciously realizing a variable they hadn't accounted for yet, but still. Thankfully, though, they do justify it with Senku doing stupidly complicated calculations. But I just love that at this point. He's like, okay, she's 160 centimeters tall, 200 grams, cross-sectional 20 centimeters cubed, coefficient of 0.8, and he's like, you know what, screw this. I'm trying to sound all deep and philosophical. I'm trying to sound all deep and smart, but I just really make some approximations and estimations and try to figure this out. And he quickly realizes that no matter where she throws the device, where she activates it, it's going to hit her own men as well. So therefore, and since, Kurosami's whole thing is she's freaking accurate, that's her whole, superpower essentially, there's no way in hell that that's the real petrification weapon. It's obviously a ploy. It's obviously fake. It also turns out Ibarra did end up taking down Kohaku and Jinno from the roof and swiped the earring and heard all their conversations. Which, honestly, I would have left them up there. I just think it's like the ultimate, deterrent for people. They're like, oh, those are the people who try to betray the master, petrified forever on top of the master's house. I would have kept that. I think that would have been funny. Anyway, we got that, started suspecting Mose might be a traitor, and so instead somehow developed a fake petrification device. Not really sure how. I mean, it seems, at least design-wise, to be the same as the old one, so just not sure. And was this like a prototype they had, or something else? I haven't really seen, any blacksmiths or anything, or anyone else to be able to build something like this so easily in like a few hours or a few days, but maybe that'll be explained down the road. Anyway, Senku orders the retreat and everyone's really confused, and Mose is like, wait a minute, that old bastard betrayed me! God damn you, Ibarra! Which I just love. And Kurosami, she's like, you wouldn't really betray the master, I mean, would you? Which, yes, he would, absolutely. I don't know why she thinks, he's loyal to the master. He hasn't really done anything to say, hey, I'm loyal to him. It's just, protecting his own harem is all he really cares about. And then he decides, you know what? I've lost here, so I need to get rid of some of these witnesses. I'm just going to go straight up murder Senku's entire party right now, because that seems like it'd be the safest bet. And then I'll go murder Ibarra. Priorities are important. And thankfully, because, everyone is absolute faith in Senku, they immediately ran to the science lab and they all escaped safely. Just love this little shot of Ryu dragging in Suka and saving her. They have such a cute relationship. I absolutely love them. He's like her big brother, essentially. It's just really nice. Of course, Mose is still chasing after them in the science lab, so Yu decides this is his chance to get ultimate victory and become the boss of the island. I mean, save his friends, obviously. He pulls out his gun, he goes to fire, and it's a stick. Yes, it is a stick. Apparently, at some point, Magma decided to take the gun for himself, which we all knew he was going to do eventually. We saw him looking at it. And he somehow thinks that with absolutely zero training whatsoever, he'll be able to fire it accurately. No idea how. Oh, we also basically kidnapped Jen and beat him over the head a bunch. So, yeah. Magma's still not a great guy. I mean, he got kind of like a little bit of redemption in the whole cave arc thing, but I mean, after watching the anime, I'm reminded just how absolutely freaking awful he was in the beginning. Just, oh, so bad. So yeah, still not a great guy. But his goal is essentially to go murder Ibarra and take the chief's throne for himself. Somehow. The plan's kind of interrupted when Ibarra shows up with the Perseus. Didn't see that coming, honestly. I mean, obviously they don't understand fully how to make this ship work because it's, well above them, but they're seafaring people, so they at least got the sails working enough where they can pilot it around the island. At this point, I'm wondering if they're going to, take it to go colonize new lands, expand the Master's reach or whatever, but nope, they are doing a mass evacuation. Everyone on the island's going on the ship. That way, they can blast the entire freaking island with the petrification light, which... Okay. I did not realize you had that much control over it, honestly. I mean, I didn't realize you could, change the parameters, change how large the light is, how much area it hits, like that. So many questions on how this freaking device works, honestly. I really hope when we finally do get it, get a hold of it, whatever, however that works, Senku's able to see, like, oh, okay, so I just have to do this, this, and this to control all of it. Honestly, I have no problem imagining him petrifying himself by accident, or any of them, anyone on his team kind of petrifying themselves by accident, trying to figure out how it works. That'd be pretty funny. So this seems bad, but Senku apparently has a plan, saying that now that they're all in one spot, he can just get everything he wants at once. He can just snap it all up, and apparently even Magma, who is now attempting to fire this very simple, essentially BB gun, across a span of about 300 feet, honestly probably closer to 600 feet, and hit his target with no practice whatsoever, is going to help Senku's plan. I don't know how. I mean, he says it's going to be a distraction, but that's still going to be tricky, to say the least. Yeah, so next chapter is going to be something else. This seems to be, Senku seems to have a plan. I mean, I knew the last plan wouldn't work because, they went out of their way to explain every step it over and over again. Like, so we're going to do A, B, C, and D. It never works out that way. If they spell out the plan, it doesn't work. That's like rule of all drama 101. But yeah, so Magma's going to cause distraction, maybe get himself captured or something at this point. I don't know, it might be the case where they end up try to use the petrification device on Magma, or, I mean, it could also be the case, when Kirasami just throws it somehow into the middle of the island without, I don't know, then they'll be able to grab it with the drone or something. I really don't know what's going to happen next. I heard laughing theories about what's going to happen in this one. None of them came true because of their intuition. I mean, Senku backed up with science, but that honestly still bothers me a little bit. But, yeah. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. How the frick are they going to get out of this? How is this good for them? And is Magma about to be turned to stone? I think we can all agree he deserves that. And then we can just, keep him as stone. But yeah, also my work... Oh, I just had this thought. They could bring out Soyuz and say, I'm the Master's long-lost son! Ibarra, you have betrayed me! Or something like that. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. I can't actually... Was Soyuz even in this chapter? Okay, I just looked back. I don't see him on the ship, on the science lab at all. That's weird. He was in the, the full color panel, but it's kind of weird, he didn't show up for this whole science battle. Maybe he was like the, in the wings, in the backup, in case things went wrong, he'd go in and try to do plan B, whatever the frick that might be, but it's still weird. I know, it can't be just, it can't just be a coincidence that he's the Master's long lost son. I feel like he has to play a vital role in what happens next, but yeah. Let me know what you think down below. Be sure to like, subscribe. Until next time.
Peace.